All right, can you see me? Can you hear me? Hello, who's there? Yeah, let me know if you can hear me. Who have we got here? Kathy, hello, Leo, Chris, David, DN, Carlos, Super Truther, David, Martha, David M, Joey, Danny Young, Tall Oaks, Jay Armstrong, Callum, how you going? Leroy, RT, Rufus, uh, David, Johanna. Sorry, I should move this in front of me, shouldn't I? So I'm looking at the camera. There, is that better? I'm kind of looking at the camera now. Leroy, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Terry, CJ, Dana. Hello, guys. David, Leroy, Andrea. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all? How are you all? Yes, I can hear you and can feel the world changing. Think inside the box, square circle. How you going? Yes. How is everyone? I've been a little bit quiet for the last week or so, couple of weeks maybe. There's been, I don't know, a lot going on in in the energy field. Um, so yeah, has anyone else felt it? I've had a bit of a chat with a few people, and a lot of people are feeling that something has changed, and we're now. Um, I mean, I don't know. Did we all switch over to a better timeline? Maybe I had some weird experiences. Um, Hello, Handstand Bear. Hello, Bound by Divinity. Hello, Dawn, Leo. Yes, 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 yes. Audio is good. Yes, you can hear me. Hello, Terry. Oh, how do I say that? Hello, Vercintorix Wolf. I am well, thank you. Um, Carlos, Triple Eight, good to be human. It is good to be human. Michael De Silva, how you going? You got your coffee and your cigarette? Nice. I've got my coffee. Um, I'm ready. It's oh my gosh, it's already 9:15. I was supposed to get started at 8:30, but time's a bit strange at the moment. Hello, Pinch. How you going? Uh, oh, thanks, Jay. Terry, Blondie, Melissa Wet. Oh, sorry. All right. Well, who have we got here? 89 viewers. So yeah, who's felt the shift? Who felt something change in the last? I mean, I pretty much got blown out and spent a week pretty much on my back. Um, um, I tend not to rest, and the universe tends to sort of slap me down every now and again and say stop, rest, and so yeah, it did that. But I'm feeling good now. Yeah. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, F Wolf, Carlos, David, Damien Burton, hello. All the cool people, hey Callum. What are exactly 12? Oh, we're exactly 12 hours apart. So you must be east coast of the USA, are you, Megan? Bernard, Watery Watery, hello. Redneck Rebel, hello. Danny Young, felt something but don't know what. I had um a couple of really strange experiences. I and one lasted about half an hour, and it was when I woke up, and well, when I got out of bed, it happened twice, and I was walking around, but I wasn't quite. It was like I wasn't quite awake. I was half asleep, and everything looked. It was really weird. It was like I don't even know. Like everything was familiar but not familiar. Everything looked strange, like the layout and everything. But everything also was almost transparenty and like white lighty, and it was like being between two worlds. It was really strange, and it happened to me twice when I got up and walked around. But I had sort of going up to that for the prior week, just strange stuff going on in my head. Um, So yeah, anyone else feel some kind of shift or anything like that? Hello, Campbell. I've never heard you address the Mandela Effect. Hard to believe. Well, there you go. That is hard to believe. Yeah, the Mandela Effect. I haven't really been into it too much recently, but yeah, no, I definitely. The Mandela Effect is basically, well, almost what I just explained. It's timeline stuff. It's switching timelines, Looking Glass project, people trying to play around with the future, and it's changing by changing the past. Is I'm pretty sure what the most of that is it's yeah, AI and weird tech that we don't have. Um, Things don't feel real. This world has become fake. Yeah, I agree, Dana. It's we're in a movie set. I mean, we probably always were, but now we know. Nice to see the last name, Mewe. 10 days really sick, bedridden. Oh, good now. Yeah, right. Yeah, I was not 10 days, but I was bedridden for 4 or 5. But the week before that, or 10 days before that, I was just, I don't know, very strange. Um, oh yeah, who said? Who was it? Were they on the East Coast? I think they were. I want whatever you're on, mate. Who, me? I'm on coffee at the moment, but I'm feeling good. Hi there from the Ukraine. Hello, Yuri. How you going? Just feel a negative effect, honestly. Oh, that's no good. Um, I mean, there's a ton of negative energy around there. I guess it's we do get to choose what we're gonna focus on it, and ultimately what timeline we're going to go into. But I mean, I definitely felt a lot of yeah. Well, I was on my back for 5 days. That was pretty negative energy. That wasn't fun. Um, Mandela Effect, Vanilla Sky. Oh, Vanilla Skies. Yeah. When do you think the money will be obsolete? Um, I mean, who knows? Like, how fast has the world changed in the last? What are we now? April, March, April. So what's that? Like 13 months? Is it? Is that right? Almost 14 months. Um, like picture your life back in 2019, even Christmas 2019. Like, can you even like remember what the world was like? What it was like going out shopping? Things have changed so fast that money. I mean, money's almost obsolete in the US. Look what they're doing. They last year they printed as much money as has been printed in the history of the American dollar. So they basically halved the value of the American dollar last year. So, I mean, money, it's going to be worthless soon, isn't it? I mean, it's getting to the point that people are just going to reject it and get their own currencies. And I guess, there's Bitcoin out there, um, and that has its pros and its cons. So, yeah. Werewolf, worry about you last. All right. Hope that means that you're good at looking after yourself. Canadummy, how you going from Winnipeg? Peace to you too. Um, I was a happy worker then, Cam. Max, did I miss the first part of that, Max? You're a happy worker. Where were you a happy worker? Um, Hello, New South Wales. Oh, you're in New South Wales, are you, Joanna? Oh, there you go. When I get my bus done, my arm is getting better. Um, but I can't drive yet. But when I get my bus done, I'll have to do a trip, um, you know, around the old continent of Oz. I've actually been seeing a chiropractor too, so I've been getting my back realigned because I was slightly off. And also, there is something that I need to talk about that is rather urgent. Now, someone mentioned, because I was having audio problems in my last lives a few weeks ago, and someone mentioned that they had sent me something, and something turned up, but it had no name on it, and I can't remember who told me that they'd sent me something. So, whoever it was, please let me know so I can say thank you. So hopefully my audio is good because I have this. You can see the top of it there. There you go. This amazing, huge, very awesome microphone. But there was no name on the box, and I don't know who sent it. So please let me know. Um, if you see this later and you're not on the live stream, send me an email, please, because it's awesome. It's yes, thank you so much. So, how is the sound? I've actually even got all these knobs on it. I don't know what they do, but if I turn them, oh, does that do anything to the sound? Do I sound like Barry White now? Oh, walla walla. It's time to leave the building. A little low? Oh, a little low. Okay, I've got a volume button. Is that up? Volume. How's that? Is that louder? Audio's good. Audio's good. Thank you. Nasty one. How you going? Oh, thank you very much. You're a newbie here. So we will... I'm fairly unorganised, guys, but I do have some pictures. I have a bit of domage we can look at and some old, some pretty interesting, cool old pics. So we'll jump into them as well. It makes the volume higher. Awesome. Awesome. Has anyone said that they're the one who said it? If anyone spots it and I miss it, just start posting it 10 times so I see it. Turn it down. My sound was perfect. Oh, okay. So, okay. Is that better? Is that better? Turn it down. Oh, God. So here you go. And who likes my tree as well? I did get a tree behind me, but you can't really see it very well. You'll leave the snakes alone. Okay, I'm not touching the volume. You've all got volume controls. People are saying up, people are saying down. Systematically unsystematic. That's nice. Before I change. Oh, okay. So this button. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay, gotcha. There. Is that better? Okay. I will stop pressing buttons now. Have I looked into the Carrington event? Yes, the Carrington event. Yes, I have. I should do. I should do a video on that actually. Now the sound is crackling. Oh, is it crackling still? There is no there is not a volume dial there. Yes, there is. All right, is it good? All right. Yes. So yeah, this is it. This is what I got. It's a piece of awesomeness. It's I'll show you. It's what do they see? Both my sons are musos, and they said it's awesome. Can you read that? Is it Yeti? Blue Yeti? I think it's a Blue Yeti. What happened with the cyclone? Check out the last half hour of Alien Consciousness live stream. Last night we go over real Mercury quite in depth. Oh, thank you, Bernard. So the last half hour of Alien Scientist live stream. Last night we go over red Mercury in depth, as well as give a brief overview of modern alchemy. All right, thank you, Bernard. Feel free to drop a link in the chat if you want. Hey man, I lived in North Perth when I was starting to follow your work. Crypto Skippy. I was surprised to see my debut Main Shell Street in Aberdeen. Quite a coincidence that I moved there. Well, there you go. Aberdeen. Where's Aberdeen? Is that England or is that New Zealand? I don't think it's in Australia. Blue Yeti, yes. Has anyone, has the sender, has the amazing, awesome person who sent this come out yet? Because I haven't seen it. It is still crackling, but it wasn't before you changed. It's fine though. I see. I have these buttons. Should I change one? Oh, what happens if I do that? Does that change anything? Should we play? Brian, how you going? Brian Tucker, hello. Deep Thought, hello. Logos Uber Alias, Kanadami, Crypto Skippy, hello. Shinto, Amy. All right, shall we have a look at some pictures? Let's do that. and you guys can chat among yourselves. All right, 210 viewers. Is the sound good? I just changed something on this Yeti. Is it good? Is it good? Perfect. That's it. The button with the shapes. Turn it to the upside down heart. Oh, the button with the shapes. Upside down heart. Jeez, man, I've got to get this light out of my face. Sorry, guys, slight distraction here. Upside down heart. Is that the upside down heart? Or do you mean, oh, it's probably that one, is it? Is that the upside down heart? Hello, hello, hello. Shira, how you, oh, is that Shira? Shira in the UK, hello. Hey Nim, how you going? Did I turn the right button? Been looking at screens too much, and I need to go outside and exercise my eyes. Hi dude, from Bonnie, Scotland. My screen says only 12 watching. Oh gosh, mine says 222. In excess is relevant again. Always have been. In excess are cool. All right, Callum's just posted the link to that chat or the live stream for Alien Scientist about the red mercury. Sounds good now. Thanks. It was perfect. Oh gosh, I'll do a test of this tomorrow and check out what the best settings are. But for now, let us have a look at some pics that I have. I'll just get this ready. All right, you can all see that. So here we go. These are just some random pics I thought I'd pick out because they look pretty interesting. Down here we have a devil woman, and it looks like she's playing one of the Chinese hand, what are they called, like hand organ things. Bit strange, but this chick's dancing to it, so that's nice. But small people, look, what is this? Some big twisty bit of antiquitech, massive buildings. These guys are, I don't know, stealing some treasure. Is that a bullet? I don't know. Up here we have the Queen banging her own drum, cruising along. This guy's keeping in time for her, keeping the beat. And what's going on here? He's like a mini Medusa. He's got 3 snakes coming off his head. And someone's yelling at the moon. And look at these guys. What are they doing? Bit of antiquitech here. Looks like he might be able to zap someone. Look at this dude's head. Look at this. 1, 2, 3. Look at these. A ball, like it's the same as here. Like these balls on his hat. And this guy, I don't know. Is that the world's best moustache, or is that, I don't know what that is. But yeah. Jeez. They are creepy looking dudes in the background. They look like they're about to pounce on someone. Here we have, gosh, this guy looks very confused. His hat's a bit sideways, but these guys look like they want, I don't know. What do you think they're looking at, eh? Oh, they want a bit, oh, that's a bit, yeah, you better run, buddy. I think they're looking at you. And what is this? Of course there's a ladder, but look at, what's that? See, I don't even know what this picture is, but look at that thing. Looks like, I don't know, cannon. And these people are scared. Oh, look, okay, that's a city exploding. And these guys are, I don't know. This guy's running. He's out of there. Maybe they're in a cave. Maybe these are the guys who painted the stick man everywhere. In the cave. What does it say down here? The Voyage Dans la Lune. So that the voyage of the dance of the moon, is that right? Any French speaking people out there? Oh, okay, it's an ad for a ballet. That's a strange ballet. The Dance of the Moon. Oh, there you go. I don't know what the date on that one is. Let's see what else we have here. Here we have just some very cool doorways. But look at this. There's so many of these, and see how they just flute outwards like this? They're like speakers. And of course, these doors are on all of, not all, but we find them on the old churches and cathedrals. Of course, we have, look at this door here. Now, this is clearly oversized because this is a human-shaped door. And was it John Levi? Was it John that mentioned that, these may have been part of the original structure. They may not have been cut in later. I think it was Global Vision who first proposed it, that this might be a sign that there were big and little people, or us and big people, are living together, using the same buildings. And that may explain, a lot of the balconies and things that we have inside, that we find indoors. And look at these doorways, like they're just speakers. So again, on the outside of cathedrals, right? Were these pumping out the sound, the vibration, the good vibrations? What do you reckon? Pretty cool stuff. But I mean, if you even showed this as a drawing to a builder and said, I'm building, I want you to build this, they would just be, it'd be just so out of their mind, that their mind size and scope, that because we just don't build this anymore. So who built it? And stuff like this. This is clearly just a picture, but look at this. Now what this looks like is, this may be one of these buildings that we now find that are all melted and covered and look like they're coming out of rocks and mountains. But if you look in here, we'll start up here. We have, and how's the detail in this drawing, right? Look at that. She's holding two wreaths, a bit of a plant here, bit of a handsome woman, shall we say that? Over here we go, look at this, a little person and a big person. So this is the theory of the doors. It was one door for this person and one door for this person. What do you reckon? And as you can see, look at this ceiling, it's pretty awesome. Out the back here we have someone sitting in the glory, bit of writing, and what are these people holding? One there and one there. Fascies. What's this guy holding? Fascies. And what are all these people holding? And look at this. This is the army. These are the soldiers. And look, they've all got fascies, all of them. And like they're lined up with other weapons. So there you go. Is that an eagle? That looks like a double-headed eagle on that shield. But clearly, they're all fascies. They actually look like they got eagles on top of them. Maybe that's how they got changed into axes. Oh, that looks a bit axe-like, but because now you see them, they're all pretty much axes, right? But how's that? This guy, I don't know. Maybe that's a woman, is it? Getting groped. Oh, God, he's going for the grope. It's a bit rude, buddy. Hey, holding her hand back and going for the grope. Jeez. Harsh old world. But yeah, and oh God, he's doing it too. What's going on here? Is he stabbing her? Yep, he's just knocked her off. Nice. And he, I don't know, is he a lot bigger than her? And here we go. Here's a good picture. This is the fascies that they're all holding. So it's actually like a trident on top there. And look, he's let go of it. He's like, maybe he got zapped or something. But see, that's the fascies. And so that's what all of these are. All fascies. And they've all got one and they're hanging up as weapons. And another thing I wanted to point out is with these pictures, excuse me, I need to cough. with these pictures, like I said, you can zoom in. So that's the picture, you know, and we can zoom in. Let's zoom in on this guy, and we can get in right like this. And of course, we have the line pictures that we see everywhere. I'm not sure if I've got one. No, but oh, there, and this one too. See how far you can zoom in, but you know the really detailed ones. Here, let's see what this does. Oh, hang on, just need to do this. Zoom. What I'm thinking is, you know, what they look like is really, really big pictures, right? And they've just been shrunk down, kind of thing. That's why you can get so much detail out of them. So are these pictures that big people, giants, drew? What do you think? Oh my God! Now my internet's going weird. Okay, let's hope. Okay, everything's turning. Okay, let's have a chat and we'll see if that works itself out. Oh gosh, getting this all coordinated. All right, how are we going there? 285 of you. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, has the microphone sender popped up yet? Has anyone seen anything? That's a creepy photo. What's a fasci? A fasci, or it's FASCES, is that right? Fascies. They're in all the old pictures. You see them everywhere. Even Abraham Lincoln, the statue of Abraham Lincoln, he's sitting, he's got one on each side. They're in the back of the UN, all the government buildings are all in all the symbols. And what they look like is some kind of energy weapon. Like, I don't know. Yeah, some kind of energy weapon. We're not sure. We haven't got one working, but there are videos. Some guy took apart a microwave basically and built basically what looks like a fascies. And they also internally, when you cut them, they look like power cords, like what we use for power cords. So yeah, I should touch on that. Martin Leedke has done a lot of stuff on the fascies. If you want to check out his channel, Martin Leedke, or Flat Earth British. Oh yes, and Mewe, yes, Callum, Mewe. Hello, Mewe. Yes, everyone apparently was asking if I was alive. Yes, I am alive. Just. I wasn't last week. I wasn't that alive. I was half alive. But now I'm doing good. What have we got? Made it. Knowledge over fear. How you going? Every day is International Cannabis Day. Well, I mean, it shouldn't even be an issue, really, should it, David? It's just a plant. I mean, it's, you know, shouldn't even be an issue. If you want to do it, and if you want to do anything, and you're not hurting anyone, you should do it. It's been Weed Day every day for years for me. Is today Weed Day or something? Happy 420. Is that, have I missed something? Is that Weed Day? I don't know. What's going on down here? Yeah, microwave gun, Michael Silver. Yeah. There's videos on YouTube about them. Crazy teenagers in Russia. Hello, Tracy Roberts from Minneapolis, Minnesota. I was looking at something from Minnesota today. I think it was your Capitol building, actually. I've got some photos that we can have a look at. FaceTime, a good connection. Florida, good. It's all working well. Is my thing still spinning? Oh no. Maybe we can have a quick look. Martin Leedke is fantastic. Hello, RT. Yes, he is. Martin has been a bit silent as well. He didn't go live because he was, he was taking some time off. He did try and go live, but he just didn't have the connection. But he is back now, and he will be doing Flatter Day this week, and lots of other exciting stuff on the horizon with Martin. So, you know, everything is moving along really well. And I've said this before, I mean, how is it that we end up, you know, we were researching resets. We were researching them, you know, a year before we ended up in one. Now we're there. I've got to keep looking at the camera. Tell me, the camera seems fine as well. Apparently, Callum, thank you again. Apparently I was sitting too far away from it, so There you go. You get to check out my skin. Tell me if I've got any zits. Yeah, how is it that we were looking into this? We were looking into resets. We'd found out about the orphan children, about the empty cities and the destroyed cities and all this kind of stuff. And now look at where we are. We're in the middle of one. It's weird. And let's hope we didn't create this, right? It's like Matt from Quantum of Conscious says, if and it's true, it's the law, right? Is what you focus on, you create, and that was something I always, I've always been so wary of that, because you do whatever you focus on, you create. You build your world through your thoughts, through your mind, and so that's why I don't really go down, the dark rabbit holes. I don't touch. I know all the bad stuff that goes on. I know enough that I need to know, but I don't research that stuff. I just don't want to put my focus on it. And if I do go into those kind of areas, those areas that we can't mention on YouTube, I'm always just going in looking for solutions. Because we do create what we think. So let's hope we didn't create this great reset, right? Sitting there. But I mean, I guess what it means is that we're ahead of the game, right? Or we're in the right place. Most of the world, the vast majority, don't know anything about this, about the previous resets, and don't understand that things like the Great Depression and World War II was a reset. And all these different things, and everyone's just I don't know. Even the people who think that they're awake, so many people that think that they're awake and not woke but awake, just are still relying on the system. Have you noticed this? It's so, and they're so hard to talk to. Well, they're so hard to get them to try and see a different perspective, because you get these people, and it's like, I know the system's a problem. Oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, that's why I'm an anarchist. And they're like, what? You're an anarchist? Oh, no, you can't have anarchy. Oh, you can't live without any rules. You can't live without, what? Without government. You just said they were the problem. And they do this all the time. And I was talking to someone, it was actually my mother. And what did she was saying, that it's just going to end in violence. There has to be violence. And I'm like, what? Last year wasn't enough for you? You want more? Oh, no, it just has to be that way. It has to be. And I'm like, why? Oh, well, that's what everyone's saying. And I'm like, hello? Of course that's what the news is pumping. And if everyone believes that, then that's what's going to happen. But in the same breath, they'll condemn BLM. And it's like, oh, they did all this stuff and burnt everything down. Oh, it's disgusting. They're so bad. But then they say, oh, but violence has to happen. It's just people, people aren't focused, I guess. They're like, well, what it is people don't, they haven't made their mind up. They don't know what their perspective is on this situation, and that they flitter from side to side, and they believe that the people who cause a problem are the same people that are going to fix it, or they're waiting for a savior, or they're just confused, and so they don't have a standpoint. They're not standing anywhere. They've got no line, so they just flip-flop. They don't know what they stand for, and these people are the problem, because they go around thinking they're awake and watching all these people and going, oh yeah, well, he said this and he said this, and of course nothing ever happens. And this is like the awake majority. We had the woke majority. Now we've got the awake majority, I think. What do you think? Trigger words work on zombies. Oh my God, people are still going off about marijuana. They don't understand true. And I tried to explain. Who was that? Sorry. Whoops. Victoria Cunningham. Yes, I tried to explain to my mother. I said, what do you think? And because I said, well, I'm an anarchist. And she's like, oh, you want to burn everything down. I said, I didn't say I was BLM. So I said, what do you think that word means? And she said, I know what it means. Oh, it means living without any rules. And I said, no, it actually means living without any rulers. They took the R out. This is another spell trick, right? Another spell. They took out the R, and now they've got everyone believing that anarchy is living without rules. But it's living without rulers, because the word anarchy is anarch, or sorry, which is against, or, as in anti, and then arch, as in archon. And archon, the root word of archon is ruler. So it literally means, is, God, I've got this wrong. And is without, it's without rulers. Against rulers, without rules. But not without rules, but I mean, the whole thing about rules is, if you're scared of anarchy or to be an anarchist, that means you don't trust yourself. Because this is what I said to her. I said, okay, so if the government fell and there was no government, who would you go and kill? Who would you go and rob? And she said, oh, well, I wouldn't go and do that to anyone. I said, well, why do you think everyone else would? And this is the thing. Everyone thinks that everyone else is the problem, that they're so perfect. And that way you can only stay where you are. If you understand that, we're all part of the problem, of course we are, then you can change. Anarchy means anti-government. No, well, it means without. It doesn't mean like anti as in you're against the government, you want to tear them down. It means you don't want a government. You don't want anyone to tell you how to live, just without government. It's like self-governing. Really what it is, what we should be saying, I guess, is self-governing. That's where we need to get to. Anarchy is ruled by Anne. There you go. Anne, you are now the governor. They love to twist the meaning of truth. Yeah, they do. Anarchy without government. Yes, thank you, on the level. Wait for 50, you will think differently. Wait until I'm 50? Well, I haven't got that long to go, Doug. Monty Python have done a great sketch. Yeah. That was in Holy Grail, when they go and talk to the peasants. No, we're a self-governing something. Government means mind control. Yeah, I said that to her as well. I said, do you understand what government is? Govern, control, mental, to control the mind, to govern the mind. And these are the people that have done everything. But so many people are out there, and all these political parties, they're popping up everywhere, but they're all popping up trying to work inside the system. And if you can't fix the system from within the system if it's designed to be, for us to look. It's designed so we can't win, and so that the people who designed it always win. So you can't win in that system. You have to go outside it and say, look, your stuff doesn't work. No more band-aids. We need a new foundation is what we need. And I mean, look around. I mean, where are all these people? Apparently, Philip the P-file, he kicked the bucket, and old Queenie. So I don't know what Martin's going to do. He's going to have to get out there with one thumb now. But yeah, apparently he kicked the bucket. But where are all these people? The Pope, we haven't seen any of them for a year. Hardly any even movie stars, singers and all this kind of stuff. Beck's got to have a new system. Is that me? System. I was thinking sound system for some reason. Yeah, I agree. Governments tells man he can be like gods, making laws to rule over. Yeah, well, this is the problem, Redneck, is, how did government start? Why did people start it? Because they wanted to control people. They didn't start a co-op where everyone's involved and everyone's, got a say and everyone's looked after. It was control, divide and rule, divide and conquer. Also divide and conquer. 007 did a good video today on that, so go check that out. Double as in the word, OH and letter number 7, and he just showed all these different events in the 1800s where basically some were people rising up and some were the government trying to lock them down. But, they were all revolutionary type events, and every one, they basically failed because we the people, couldn't get it together and couldn't stand together as one and were split up. And this is the other problem, is money. Someone said, when will money go? Money is really, it's such a problem. It's not, it's like the quote, right? It's not money, it's the love of money. And it's the way that we're brought up, and that everything is about money. Because you think of it, they send us to school. Clearly, it's only to educate us to do a job. So it's all about money. Everything's about money. How much money can you get? How much money can you get? And of course, when you know what the money system is and how it works, they used to say, oh no, if you have more than, then you can help more. And that's true. But clearly the money system is rigged, for one. But two, people now just want money to have money. It started off, oh, I just want a better life. Now they just don't want to worry about anything. But now you have people and these, gurus out there just having races for how much money they can make off people by selling them, this self-help stuff, which I'm not happy with. Because, back in the 80s, it was all about, bettering yourself, thinking better, your thoughts, how do you just create a better life? And that transformed, the whole sort of self-help movement into, now it's all about money. It's like, well, make money this way, and along the way, we'll tell you to be positive. Yeah. But, there's a quote that says, nobody wins until everybody wins. And that's, I think we've got to get back to that. There was a book I read, and I want to read it too. I'll make a video about Frisia. What's it called? The something book. The Laura Linda, is that it? Laura Linda. And basically, their rules were in the Frisian society that, when you were of age and you got married, the whole community made sure that you had a house and land. So basically they all chipped in and built you a house, or if there was one there that was empty, I guess you got that. But everyone was looked after, and it was the community. And, that's what we need to get back to. That's why cities, they're not a good idea. And this is another thing that, I think about a lot. And I think actually someone mentioned it. It might have been Martin did an interview. I can't remember the channel, sorry, with a Kiwi guy, New Zealander. And I think he mentioned it on that. The cities, it's like we, we men and women, under natural law, seem to do a lot better in nature. We just do. And that's what people do to de-stress. When the city's too much, they go into nature. So are we even meant to be living in cities? Because, there's so much things about, and of course they used to all be star cities and different buildings and obviously different energy. So maybe it was a different feeling and there would have been more nature around. But I still I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, there were even houses there at all? Or was it more that was where all the manufacturing was done and all the power was created, and where you went to heal, and where you went to probably do ceremony and meet people, but didn't actually live there? I don't know. And then there's a whole giant tree thing. I don't know. I just think we're better in nature, and that's where everyone wants to go now. It seems to be a big movement. Everyone wants to get out of the city and into nature and growing their own food. That's another thing cities do, is they disconnect you from food. And from all this stuff. And, so we don't even know. We're not even taught nutrition. We used to learn this by the time we were 3 or 4, just because, kids would walk around with mum and dad and pick the veggies and pick the fruit and eat straight from the garden. That's very rare these days. So there you go. Don't be a chat Nazi. Jedi is spelled Jedi. What am I missing? How so? We are the children of the forest. Yep. I agree. You know, it's like the Ewok, village thing they had. I gave up and live in my Subaru. Oh, do you, Werewolf? Cool. Is that like what, a station wagon? Subaru. I hope it's big enough. I've got a high ace. High ace. God, I've got a coaster. I just need to rebuild it. The ignorant work for their own profit. The wise work for the welfare of the world, without thought for themselves. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Smooth. Oh, where'd you go? Smooth V 420. Tartan McTwisted. Jabba's justice be good, lad. Get out of the cities. I agree, Doug. The cities, and I mean, we know what's coming, right? Is the facial cameras everywhere. The V passports to get into shops and all this kind of stuff. But the thing is do you really want that lifestyle? Now, because you've only got to comply with all their rules if you want what they're offering, because everything is just, an offer, and so you can reject or accept that. So what does the city even offer now? Restraint, bad food, bad medicine, over policing, over surveillance. Not a lot, right? Oh, 371. Hello, everyone. Has the amazing person who sent me this Yeti that I'm talking into, yes, I'm talking into a Yeti, have they turned up yet? Valley Parks, how you going? That's okay, being late. All right, Anastasia. Yeah, that's a good book series. Did they say the same? They may say the same thing in Anastasia. Yeah, sayonara. How you going? The Anastasia book series are great. Same kind of concept, living back on the land, and also to do with energy, right? Finding the right energy places. Someone's talking to me. In Florida, not in a big city though. Victoria, yeah. Well, at least you're in Florida. That's one of the good states to be in the US. I heard that they're starting their firearms buyback. And I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Florida started that, and the city went out and offered the taxpayers' money, obviously, to buy back people's unwanted firearms. And so all the gun enthusiasts went down and stood in front of this place that offered people better money for their guns and bought most of them. And the only ones that the city bought, and they spent all their money in half an hour, and they ended up with BB guns and like old replicas that were just handmade and weren't actually guns. So they spent all their money and ended up with no guns. Quite funny. Tartan McTwisted, I'm addicted to your knowledge. Thank you. Oh, I hope that means me. Thank you. Cut off their noses despite their faces. Made a lot of super chats. Idiots. YouTube made a lot of, is the super chats going well? I know Callum, I think, is the only admin I've got at the moment. Who else is out there? I can't keep an eye on everything. So that's a microphone, not a big tool. Teddy Spaghetti. A big foot, a big tool. God. Yes, it is. It's a big microphone. The Yeti did not have a return address on purpose. Does that mean you sent it, David? What does that mean? Maybe it came from the ether. No, someone definitely mentioned. It must have been in a live or on a premiere or something, because there was chat. Mentioned that they'd sent me something, and something turned up. It actually, because I don't have a post office box, so I'm using my parents, and they got it. They got a call to come pick something up, and I literally just asked them, "Has anything turned up?" And they're like, "No." And then I get this call saying, "Oh my God, you wouldn't believe what happened. We got this box, and Google has sent us Siri or whatever that stupid thing's called, and they've sent it so that they can surveillance us and listen to us." And it was the microphone. Because I got a call the next day going, oh, it's actually, I think it's a microphone and it's addressed to you. And I say, yeah, nice. I'm here silently stalking. Hello, Dan in Phoenix. How you going? Teddy Bex. Send layers, guns, and money. Layers of what? That riot bill in Florida is a bad idea. Oh, what? Don't think I heard about the riot bill. I mean, what is it? I mean, all bills are bad ideas, you know, especially, you know, the gate variety. Own nothing, be happy. Yeah. Own nothing, be happy. Own nothing, be happy now. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, this is what the so-called, you know, Marxist BLMs want, right? But yeah, I mean, is it own nothing or is it everyone owns everything? Is probably maybe a better way to look at it. I don't know. It's just, I guess, the verbiage. But yeah, obviously you have, you know, fascism where the government own everything and the people have nothing and own nothing. But what we want is like a co-op, you know, where everyone works together, everyone builds together, grows together, parties together, and shares everything and looks after each other. And so everything is owned by everyone. Everyone has a stake in everything. And that way people also, you know, respect their stuff more and cherish it more and put more energy into it. And coffee's going cold. God, I'm talking, aren't I? Elaine Lau, hello, how are you going from LA? Gosh, hope everything's going well for you in LA there, Elaine. Here it's getting a bit crazy. Freedom, WTF is that? You can do it your own way. Yeah, well, this is the thing about, and this is sort of what I was saying before, is so many, you know, awake people, they either, you know, they just focus on the system still. They either want to work within the system, or the system's a problem, or you need to change this, or blah, 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 or if you want to get rid of the system, you're an anarchist, you know, all this stuff where really you just got to change your focus. Look somewhere different and focus on what you want to build. And if we can do that, you know, as one, obviously in separate communities, then we can achieve stuff. It's this. What we've got to do is growing up. It's a reliance on the system. The way I look at it is everything's a fractal, right? Everything is fractal, and we see this in the old tech, the old constructions and cities and buildings. Everything's fractal, and I mean everything. So, you know, for instance, like infinity. You know, they teach us infinity is, you know, looking out in space, and ooh, it's infinite, right? Yeah, okay. But that's the concept. The concept is sort of this linear infinity. But I mean, what about this for infinity? What about this realm? Or what about every person is, or this realm, whatever, is a cell in someone else's body. And every cell in your body is another world. I mean, that's pretty infinite. It's pretty fractal. And now I lost my train of thought to what I was going to say. But yeah, I mean, all our concepts have been so skewed with the story we've been given. Oh, who's this? Mud Cricket, your first live. Welcome. Hello. Just thinking, well, yeah, we create through our thoughts, but I mean, thoughts are there, you know, to create action. And we do need, you know, and action just means, you know, it doesn't mean you have to go and run around and start a revolution. It just means you can go and plant a veggie garden. But the main thing is getting away from people who want to tell you what to do and want to rule you. Because this is, you know, again with the awake people, they want to yell at, you know, the lefties and all this and say, oh my God, they're calling everyone this and that. But then they call them names, and then they just point out that everyone else is the problem. But, you know, the only problem ever is that you know, person looking back at you from the mirror, hopefully, if it's not a scrying mirror. But, you know, like we are our biggest, you know, enemy, our biggest problem, but we're also our biggest solution and our biggest gift and our biggest, value, whatever you want to call it. You know, it's us. Everything's us. I mean, there's that saying that, you know, he's in his own little world. You know, and what is a world? Because in the end, we're all in our own little worlds. And so we get to create that little world. Yeah. Oh, God, I'm ranting. Not ranting, rambling. Make properties human. Oh, make properties a human right. Yeah, well, I mean, exactly. Property, this whole crap about, you know, the, you know, Q Lizzie, can I even say her name? I don't even know what I can say on YouTube anymore. But, you know, the crowned one with the dead walker husband. You know, she claimed Australia and Canada and lots of Africa and Asia, and basically she's the biggest landowner in the world. And just because she says she owns it. And that means we have to pay for it. And this is the thing, when you buy a house and you buy land, you only own that land, I think it depends obviously on the country or the county. In Australia, I think it's about 6 feet. So literally, if there's gold or something found underneath your land, they just come and take it. And also, if you pay your house out 100%, and then you don't pay your land rates, they'll come and try and take it from you. So there is something that I'm looking into. It's called an alloidal title. I believe that's how you say it, alloidal, which is a title where you basically buy it under common law. So you're buying it from outside of the system, so they can't come on. They have no jurisdiction. And the thing is, with the system is they don't have any jurisdiction anyway, because it's a corporation. All governments are corporations, all listed on the CDC in the US, all traded as public companies. And so unless you're an employee of that company, they have no jurisdiction over you. Excuse me. That's why everything is offer and acceptance. And all they do is try and persuade you that it's not an offer, that you have to do it. But in truth, it's just an offer. You just got to stand your ground. Lots of love from Holland. Hello, Mab. How you going? Lots of love to you too. Yes, look within. You're powerful. I agree, Brian. You're powerful too. The bill, effective immediately. Oh, is this okay? The guns would allow authorities to hold protesters arrested for misdemeanors without bail until their first court appearance. Whoa, really? Oh my God, werewolf. And at the same time, they're letting people come across the border who aren't citizens, and they're giving them court dates, but letting them go free and just saying, well, turn up in 6 months or whatever. I mean, what if your court date's 6 months away? So this is get out of the cities. Nova Hollandia 1645 is Australia. I don't know what that means, nasty one. And why is Bill he? My ID is Greg Oars. Is that how I say that? Grisor. You just put it the wrong way around. Biblowski. Yes. ID. Yeah. The ID is a corporate ID, and so is your birth certificate. Everything comes originally from the birth certificate. That's why they freak out when they find people without birth certificates, and they do all they can to get them one. They go out of their way. Greetings from the Black Mining Hills of Dakota. Hello, Toby Tucker. How you going? Oh, Paul Cook. Hey, how you going, mate? Welcome. Love your work, buddy. Let me do something here. Whoops, what have I done? Sorry, I'm just playing around here. Yes, Paul. Everyone, check out Paul's channel if you haven't already. He's doing great work, and he's also been promoting Obsidian Alice. Obsidian Alice. I'll try and drop the links for these below when I finish the live. Check out that channel as well. What's happened? I think I've done something to the chat. What have I done? It's not working. Oh, here we go. Now it's working again. Okay, I don't know what I did. I did something. Strawman, yes, Strawman, yes. Yeah, the Strawman, exactly. living soul, living soil, living water. Yep. And this is why they mess with the water. This is why they destroyed all the canal systems and everything. Let them eat cake. Yeah. Focus on what we want. Is that Tavi? Tavi Hapala? Thank you. How are you going? Thank you. Dreamwatcher, hello. Welcome. Kathy Ann Jones, breed them without birth. Yeah. Well, and this is another reason to get out and start new communities and not rely on the system, not, to get out of this mindset that you have to go to hospital to have a baby, because this is the thing. Not that I can have a baby, but if you were pregnant or, your partner was now, and you told people, well, we're not going to the hospital, they'd all freak out. That's not a normal thing, and it's not normal to the point that people would think you're crazy, and they would literally think you're trying to kill your child. Now, you go back 100 years, no children were born in hospitals. None. And I believe the human race made it through somehow. So this is the major thing to break, is that this whole, and it's a program that we need the system for everything, for anything. We don't need them for anything. And that's the thing. If you can have children, in your own community, well, they don't get a birth certificate and they don't need one. Alexandra Whizzing, caller from Spain. Hello, how are you? Thank you. Jack Streaming, how you going? Jean Marlin. Whoops. Keep playing with my chat there. Should I stop talking and let's have a look at some of these photos. Hang on, let me move this. And has the person turned up yet? Let me know. The person who sent me this Yeti in the mail. There we go. Yeah, so someone asked fasci. So this is a fasci. So basically a bundle, the explanation is a bundle of sticks is what they say. But with a lot of the pictures and things that we've got, it looks like they're sort of, I don't know, copper tubing of some kind, or wiring, or, some kind of, not wood. These days they show them all with an accent out the top, but this is clearly a trident, and they look like some kind of energy weapon. So that's a fasces. This is, I just found this interesting because obviously this is what have we got? Four, an octagon. So the center citadel of a star city, no doubt, and we've got all the buildings in here. But look, they're all on little hills. So we've got, is that J.S. Suis Temple, Scepter. So it's all temples. Look at that. Is that a temple? Temple. So all the ones on hills are called temple, and the ones that aren't on the hills aren't temples. Is this temple? Look at that. And temple of Apollo. Isn't that interesting? So all the temples. Now, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, of course. 7 mounds. So I don't know. Pretty interesting. And check out the size of this Vinbilicus vibus. This person looks like a Spartan, but I think it's supposed to be a lady up there. But and we see these everywhere. There's one on the top of that, what's it called? Off the coast of France, there's like an island castle. I want to say Montserrat, is that right? But how did they get these statues up there? They're all up there, pre-crane. All right, let me zoom this one. So here we have some bit of antiquitech going on. But I wanted to show this because it's actually not the best drawing. But look at the size of the people compared to this. I mean, is that not ridiculous? And of course, look at all the antiquitech. I've got the big windows at the front here, but look at the size of these people. There's a person. Compare, look at that. That's a person compared to, and that looks like what, 3 levels? If that's 3 levels, then holy dooly, they're big levels. Same here, just tiny little people next to these massive constructions, and this, you know, this looks what, 1700s, 1600s. Can't read the dates because it's a bit blurry, but and look how intricate this is. But I mean, look at this pillar here and these people. I mean, they're literally ants. And I was watching, I'm only halfway through it, UAP's latest, and he's talking about bricks, and he's been watching a series from, is it, I can't remember the name, is it it's not Tartarian Meltdown, is it Red, I think he's changed his name. Jerry, is that right? When the buildings cry, I think it used to be, but he's changed his name. But anyway, he's made a documentary, and UAP was talking about it and had been looking into it. But one of the theory is, the base theory is that Earth was completely built out, as in created, prefab, right? Pre-manufactured, and all connected. And so it was almost like a circuit board, but everything was done. And then at some point, something massive happened and it all got destroyed. And of course, we find the remnants everywhere, but he was talking about even sand, maybe just the remnants. You know, so I mean, that's something to think of. Is that a possibility? Like, do we think the whole Earth could have been covered, or at least maybe, you know, the cities and we're all connected? I don't know. So I don't know. The whole thing with that, when I think about it, is I just think humans like nature. We tend to like nature. Okay. Why am I showing this? Because this has stars on it. Now this is Poland, and it doesn't want to load for some reason. Got all our dancing people over here. What have we got? No dates. But this has got star cities all over it. There's one there. Star. Here's one here. Star. 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 Well, that one's got a star on the top of it as well. And of course, you know, massive buildings and temples and things everywhere. But there's another one. All these star cities. Which of course we know they were everywhere. But they're all on a map. There's another one. And drawn as stars. So this, if it loaded, I could tell you the date of it. Maybe what I'll do is I might just refresh that screen. Oh, what's that? Go away. And we'll have a look at this one. Okay, so this is the snow. Ah, there we go. All right, so we have two, and again, look how far you can. So this is one of the line pictures that I was mentioning before. So see how far you can zoom in. So is this actually just a really, really big picture, or a normal size picture to a much bigger person? And you know, it's been shrunk down. That's why we can expand it back out so much. Is that why there's so much detail in them? What do you think? But look at this. We've got the fish head pope out on top, with the cross made out of orbs everywhere. And yeah, this one's been split. XXX marks the spot. Amsterdam. Het Wappen van. Was there someone from Amsterdam in the chat? I think. Did I see that? I don't know. But yeah, there you go. Some and they always this is like a style of drawing lines, isn't it? You see this kind of style that's not. It's kind of realistic, but it's not. It's, I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're in like a dance pose. Bit strange. This is the Ud Status Villa Menon de Villa. There you go. Can I speak Danish? Am I good? Again, this is just the old world. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the 1600s. Did I see a date on it? We'll keep looking, but look at the same thing. Look at this, Antiquitech, just sitting up there on the spire, everywhere, massive buildings and small people. see this here? Looks like they've cut this level in half, because look, we've got this big door thing and they've cut the bottom out. This is another one. Just, I mean, look at the size of that building. Who built it? Here, this one. So again, and this is looks like a flooder. They've got the steps going up, and they've put this facade all around the bottom, so it looks like a foundation. But when you look at the windows above, see this? Small window, big window, small window, big window, small window. Uh-oh, where's the big window? I'm pretty sure it's under there going into the ground, and that's why we have steps going up. So, you know, a mud flood way back in the day. And here again, look, how did they get these statues up here? How did they get them up there? Big dome up here with a big Antiquitech antenna. Is that called an antiquitenna? What do you reckon? These urn things on the roof. And we see that a lot too, you know, the urns and those, like the water bowl, the sort of, is that what they call water bowl things that look like plant pots? And of course canals. Right, all built out. And this is their tech. A horse dragging a sled. This doesn't even have wheels on it. This guy's pushing a sled. I'm sure they have the wheel somewhere, but you know, this is the thing. They're not a high-tech society. And look out in the background here, more Antiquitech popping up everywhere. And do they look a little small? Because if this is a full-size story, they're pretty small. So who built all this stuff? I mean, look at that. Look at, I mean, what is that? The Oud Kirk. That is a cool building. Oh my God, look at that. Antiquitech, anyone? And look, they've even got the birds here. Has anyone seen the footage? I've actually got it somewhere. It's of a temple in Thailand. I think it's Thailand. Maybe it might be Cambodia. It's around that area, and it seems to be on, and you can see that it's generating current through the antenna on the roof, and it has all these birds flying around it. So maybe birds were attracted. Maybe that's why the birds are there, because they look like a flock flying around, don't they? And look at all, it's just Antiquitech out. Oh look, we've got the ladder. There's the ladder. There you go. Shout out to UAP. Are you there, UAP? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? But just look at this. Oh look, there's birds everywhere. Oh wow. Well, I mean, look at this building. Look at that. And they tell us this is, no, it's just all for decoration, because, you know, they didn't have enough work to do just building this building. So they just put all this stuff on for decoration, and this tower, it's just all decoration because it was too easy to build this, especially when you're this big. And is that a big person? Is that person big? Because look at the size of these people compared to that person and that person. And that person looks small again. And look at this door. This is what we're talking about. I showed you before, the big door and the little door. What do you reckon? I mean, it could be perspective, but this guy's clearly more forward in this picture than these people. But he'd be on the same place as this person. Clearly a height difference. And this person would be back about where they are. So he's in the middle. And from him, this person is about his size or bigger. And these people are about half the size. And look at this door. Small door open, big door. What do you reckon? Have we spotted some Giganticus? And horses and carts. I mean, even that. Look at that. Look at that horse and cart compared to what's in the background. Look how tiny it looks. Just ridiculous. What is that? I don't know what that is. Tree stump. And all this glass work. You know, that's another big teller, you know, is all the glass work. Who made all that? Really? Here's another one again. Look at this. This is, how do I say that? Ovd zitst stolots. I'm just going to say it's Capel. La chapelle de Vuy quota de la villa Odu Odolf. Something like that. Lots of Dolphs around here. Dolf Lundgren. There you go. Look at this antiquitech. So this is the crosses, right? And we see these quite a bit. Cross at the top and cross coming off the sides. And this, of course, you know, because these were everywhere, and we also get half moons everywhere and stars and things, and they try and split them up and say, oh no, it's all religious. It's all religious. And in a way, I guess it is, you know, if God is everything, oh, I should expand this, shouldn't I? If God is, you know, the energy that creates and animates all life, then that is really the same energy that these things would be collecting, I guess, or at least a part of that energy. What do you reckon? So it's kind of like God. And if these are energy based, maybe, you know, so they just kind of twisted the perception of God, didn't they? This steppy effect, see it a lot on buildings, and if you go into the King's Chamber of the Great Pyramid, you will see this exact pattern, but it's cut out of the wall. It's inserted instead of being a positive. It's a negative. Here we have some people. Oh my God, look at this. Bricks. Bricks are plenty. What's going on there? Are they building something? I don't know. It looks a bit strange. This guy doesn't really look like he knows how to lay a brick. And with all these old photos, I've never seen someone, you know, in workwear, but they're supposed to have built all these things. Now look at this one. A newer Kirk. Of course. Antiquitech, anyone? Or do you think that that's just religious? All across here, just, I mean, look at this thing. Look at that. Is that not ridiculous? I mean, holy dooly. And that's not, you know, without pointing out the smoking gun down here. Look at these people. And oh, they've all got the hats on, like the Quakers, the Quaker type hats. And they're going into this door. And this is just the little entrance part of this building. Imagine if that's one story, how tall that would be in there. I wonder if it's still standing. I might have to check out these. I might do that. See if I can find all these. See if they're standing today. But yeah, look at the size of the people. And this is the story that they want us to believe. These dudes built this. And this was just one of the, I mean, I don't know, what is it? Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of buildings that are just everywhere. So just a stupid story, you know. And this guy here, he doesn't even have wheels yet. He's just got his horse dragging his sack of potatoes or whatever he's got here. So yeah, just madness. So there you go. Look at that. That was some pretty cool templeage, hey? All right. Now I do have a folder. Has that popped up, or it has popped up? We're going to have a bit of a look at this. If you want, oh, there we go. I just thought this is just a folder called domes. And there's a dome. And this, of course, is showing that we've got the Antiquitech on the top. Whoops. Up here. Always got the ball underneath. Now, we're pretty sure that they're all filled with mercury, or at least they were. Cross on the top. And this just shows really the structure of the dome. Of what's holding it up, maybe. I'm not sure. Doesn't show many wires that we can see, but it comes down and you can see there's a full dome inside here. And of course we have this gap. And you need a gap to make electricity. You need the variance. That's like the, you know, you have two different components. You know, inorganized, it just needs to be organic and inorganic, or you can use metals or magnets or whatever, but you always need this gap, like, you know, like a spark plug. So we have all this energy drawn down, we have the gap, we have the other dome, and then we have, so what, you know, were these just to gather? Were they also used for the airships? Of course, you know. So it makes sense if they were generating energy and you had airships, well, why wouldn't you just tether up to it, grab some energy and keep going? Makes sense. What do you think? Nice old pic. Look at that place. Now that is, what's that called? I think UAP has done some recent videos on it. It's got a big, and it has an open oculus, and when it rains, it doesn't get wet inside because of the way it's designed or something. I've forgotten what it's called. Can anyone remember what that one is? Artistic study. Yeah, no, they're not blueprints. They're all drawings of, after the fact of being built. But again, in this one, look at the size of the people. Like, these are the people again, and we see this everywhere. And the further you go back, the bigger the buildings get. And we know that they've knocked over so many buildings. And is this what they were doing? Were they actually going for the oversized buildings, for like the really oversized buildings? This one's still there, obviously. Some of them they couldn't get rid of, but the really oversized buildings aren't there that much. It's like it's New York train station and a few other bits and pieces, all gone. But it's just so silly. Horses and stuff, and look at this bridge, and look at this nice spire. Do you feel inspired? Pretty sure this one's put up as a picture for the US Capitol. Can you see that line on the screen? I'll just get rid of that. Whoops, where is it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is put up as the US Capitol picture for that, but is it? I mean, we don't know, but in the end, it's just a drawing anyway, isn't it? But, did they reface the domes, or I don't know. It's an interesting pick, that one, but I mean, this is the thing that they can draw. This may have been a building that did exist somewhere else, and they just find it and they go, oh no, and because it looks kind of like another building, they go, oh no, it's just that before they did this and before they extended it. Because that's another thing. Like, how many buildings, when you read about them, oh no, that was an extension, and they extended this and extended that and did all their bits and domage. Okay, we're missing the top of that one. Oh, this is called a tholos. There you go. The apotheosis of Washington. So this is Washington Dome, and there you go. We've got this inner dome. And this is called the drum and the bass. Bass, that's an interesting song, isn't it? Word, bass. The drum and the bass. Acoustics. All right. Cymatics. And there it is. So that's, so that's the Capitol. So you can see it's got these two bits on the side there. So here the domes with these funny little, they look unfinished, and this whopper with, of course, a statue on top. But that is what they're saying is that. What do you reckon? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that building that? Well, the columns at the front are different for starts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, they got 5 windows. That last building had 4. And so this is what we get. All these just, is that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or is that one there? Maybe I missed one. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, I can't even count. Haha, what am I doing? It must be getting late. So what do you reckon? And so they reckon that was this building with the unfinished. But of course, these columns are different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I don't think that is. What do you reckon? See the columns here? How we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of 2. But if we go back here, look, straight across. And also, and they'll say it's a renovation. These windows, on the other one you've got 5, then you've got 1 here. So this is the thing. They put that up as a picture of the Washington Capitol, but like I said, that could just be a building that got knocked over, God, who knows, 500 years ago. And they just need to explain the photo because someone had it, or the drawing because someone had it. See, got the one window here, the extra from the 5, different amount of columns. I'd say that's a different building. What's the same is the tech they were using. That's what they're trying to explain away, is the fact that they all have the same tech. Like this. Right? Look at that. Remind you of anything? And look at the bottom. 3 rings. Look at that. We see that effect on pagodas a lot. Did I see another one? No. But I mean, there you go. Are they still collecting free energy and charging us for it? There's another one in the background there. Look at that one. And that, I mean, is that the Empire State? I don't think it is. Maybe it is. I mean, that looks, built for an airship, doesn't it? An airship. Has anyone built me an airship yet? A dirigible? Coming to take me for a trip? North would be nice. Here's another big dome. This is this is America. It's not Texas. Is that Minnesota? We had someone from Minnesota. I think it's around there somewhere. But look at this Capitol. Or is that the Capitol building? Because that's a big... I don't think it is. No, it's a different one. But look at that dome. And look at the building next to it. And no, this is not Rome. This is the US. All right. Look at this one. And same story, windows going into the ground. And we have these balustrades that they love. And obviously over that, this will all be dug out and under the ground level and steps going up. And this. And, just, I mean, oh my God. Copper domes. And of course, this is this building stripped back. This is it with most of the antiquitech taken off. But are these still functioning? Who knows? Look at that beauty. Now that one is in China. So I don't remember the story about when the Romans and the Greeks went to China and built buildings. But look at that one. I mean, come on. You can see that's a car. So look at that car compared to the site. This is one level. One level. I mean, you can see the stairs. That's one level. Look at that. One window, so it's one level. That's a big building. Big building. Apparently you can't go in there because there's funny bugs flying around. Oh, look at this. Elephants with barrels on their back. But yeah, just look at the antiquitech here. What is going on? Oh, that's not the right button. Look at this. What is all this stuff? And this is stone now. Did this start out as stone? Because that looks like what is called an electric... Oh gosh, I looked into this today. What's it called? Electrical cooler, is it? Or it's some kind of casing basically that you need around electrical components. And all the pagodas look exactly the same. You see them on power lines up in the the air all the time. Here's another one. All right. This, I mean, look at and again, all these this isn't. I'm not sure somewhere. Look at this. They're just all over the place. So we need to learn how to turn these babies back on, I think. Another dome. And oops, this. Yeah, that's what they look like. That's off a... I'm not sure what it's off, but it's an electrical component. Is anyone... What's it called? Anyone? Any electricians out there? There's another one, right? All these spires, look at them. And they're all full of wires. And they just tell us, oh no, it's just telecommunications. That's all it is. It's just telecommunications. But then they tell us, oh no, telecommunications goes through satellites. And then we work out that there's actually massive cables under the oceans and all throughout the lands that is actually how they're getting all the telecommunications through. So what is this actually doing? Reminds me of Ghostbusters a bit. Hopefully they're not used to open dark portals. Yeah, back in the day, why not? Let's build a waterfall. Okay, how can we make it the hardest possible way for us? Well, let's build a massive obelisk and run water up there under pressure, and it can run down again. Because, of course, they're not supposed to have had any machinery, right? That was just, I don't know, just luck. Maybe there was a big mountain out of the picture and it was running down. But I mean, look at this stuff. It's all so, so engineered. I mean, even just look at the edge of the pool there, how it goes in. What's that? It's for viewing or something. But I mean, statues everywhere, and it's clearly just somewhere that you can go and hang out if you've got a sword and a fluffy hat. And everything completely oversized. And this is another thing that Global Vision talked about a while ago. Because you can see this is a normal sized person and this statue, and all the statues we see are oversized. Were they statues of the giant people, the people who fit into the buildings and the doors, and they were actually built to size? Because when sculptors do sculptures today, they do them life size, right? And we have, we've got sculptures from antiquity that are human size, and then all these ones are big. And the story is, it was the king or something, and they wanted to appear bigger and grander. But is that true? I don't know. We have so much evidence that there just seem to have been bigger people here. Because even that, look at the size of that building. I mean, this is again the capital in the USA, and look at the size of the people. I mean, to even fathom taking on building something like that back in the when did they say this was built? Probably the late 1700s, is it? Early 1800s, with no tech or anything, small population, no roads, no industry apparently, and they decide to build this when they're this when they're this big. Yeah. Another one, and this is in Ireland. They're just all the same. It's all the same. This is Budapest in Hungary. Look at that baby. Look at that. So you can see that this doesn't seem to have been refaced too much. Look at the tower here. What's going on there? Jeez. But yeah, look at this thing. Completely oversized again. These are cars in front of doors. So normally in front of a house, if you had a car parked in the front, I'd be covering most of the door. But yes. And of course, again, windows going into the ground, and you can tell that because they are the same as these. But there's only a bit of them. And of course, we have this, right? You can see they've built stairs up and stuff. This actually keeps going down. You can see the outside of the, whatever this thing is, cathedral. See this? It comes down on the outside of this wall. So clearly you can imagine if that level, that would be going down to here, and that would make it about the same size as that. So yeah, Antiquitech, look at that one. What do you reckon? Budapest. All right, I'll show a few more, then we'll have a chat. Am I boring anyone? Am I boring? Oh my gosh, 417 people. Thank you all for spending some time with me. Has the wonderful, amazing person who sent me a microphone in the mail turned up? because you did not leave your name, and I don't know who you are. Yeah, look at this. Look at the domes. I mean, look at those. See how they go in like that? I mean, it's just, and it's like, you know, you can tell these were built forever. It's like they know that the layout and they know what they need to build, but then it's like, well, it's going to be there for 2,000 years. So how do we make it look really cool? Well, let's do some, you know, yellow dome and a green dome and do it. So I think, you know, there was definitely some artistic flair going in there, but it was all about how they make, you know, the blueprint, what they have to build, how they make that look better. That's why they all look the same, but slightly different, right? It's like rooms that are painted different colours or something. Or, oh my god, this is pretty cool. Dome Central. Look at this. And of course up the top, is that Lady Liberty? I'm not sure. An angel with a wreath and something else. I mean, look at the work in this. Spires everywhere, of course. And just trying to see what the facade looks like. Put their clock there. Probably used to be an astro clock. Doesn't look too Phoenician-y. This could be, you know, a fairly original facade. You know, it doesn't look. You know, I can't see many, you know, vines and plants and naked people and all that weird stuff. Though this guy, what's going on there? I don't know. But again, look at the size of the people compared to this building. If we go out, we get a bit of perspective. Look at them, and there you go. That's a doorway. You can see these doors, and they're what they've cut in to the bottom to actually walk through. And look at the size of them. There's another dome in the background. I'm guessing these guys are in the foreground. That might be a kid because they look very big compared to him. But I think that's just perspective. But yeah, look at this. This is what they built, just, you know, because they didn't have the tech, the population, the skills, or the machinery, but it was a good idea. And of course, if you do it for the glory of God, you don't need tech, you don't need anything. You just need time and lots of people. And you can build anything, even this. Look at that. Again, this doesn't look like it's been Phoenicianized. This has got all the old sort of world. These are like saints. This guy's got a copper rod. Look, it's gone green. Now these shapes, and I've been mentioning this for a long time and asking what it is. It's technasmia. These are shapes that, how do we say, are conducive to attracting natural currents and holding them and directing them and things. So all these different shapes, these are all based around energy as well. And can you see this shape here? This triangle with all these bits on it. That looks like what monstrums are. Monstrums, is that how I say it? So we just get these repeating shapes and patterns everywhere. And of course, look at this big speaker door pumping out the good vibrations. And again, look, what do we see here? Can you see it? Can you see it? And this all looks original, by the way. I don't think this has been changed. But look, small door, big door, small door. Is that, again, more proof of different sized people living together? What do you reckon? Because the tops of these doors are there, but the actual door top is way down here. Clearly different sized. So is that, I don't know, is that something to do with the size of the people, or what do you reckon? But that's a pretty cool structure, that one, isn't it? Is that, I think that's, yeah, Washington again. Yeah, oh, there we go. Just got off its diet. Oh, look at that one. And again, this is the other thing. If you're newish, when we see these domes, there's always one in the middle, and there's 4 around the outside, around the outside, around the outside. And of course, if you link them all up with a line, you get a pyramid. And here we go, see, mud flutter window right there, going into the ground. Another one there. They've put a box in front of this one so you can't see it, and they've had to build steps up to get into the 2nd floor. Oh, geez, look at this baby. Is that Spain? We had someone here from Spain, didn't we? Is that Spanish flag? Or has Spanish flag got black in it as well? Gosh, I can't remember. But yeah, look at that baby. What is that? That's probably been turned into a train station or something. But wow. And again, even with all this stuff and all this antiquity, this would have been stripped back. This would have had more on it. But this again, this looks, because we get these different looks. You know, some buildings have been, you know, clearly Phoenicianized. They've got all this gaudy stuff all over them, and some don't. Some are a lot more sort of classic looking, like this one. That's a cool building. Is that Spain? Spanish? That flag? Hello? Oh, thank you, Callum. Autodidactic on Odyssey. I don't think I could handle seeing masks on a beach. You guys still talking about marijuana? This is, you know, this is just to show everything's the same. Everything's the same. Nice gold dome. This is in the US. I can't remember what state, but again, clearly a mud flutter, and so many of them are built up on mounds, aren't they? This is antiquity from the pasty, not the sausage roll. And as you can see, lots of rubble around. And look at this bit of rubble. Can you see that? Like a little pyramid with a bit coming out. So this is, you know, rubble from this building. Bricks here. It's a red bricker by the looks of it. And just antiquity everywhere. And this looks to be a massive dome. Might have even had an oculus in it, like a square one. You know, and this I would say Thailand, Cambodia, it's got that kind of look to it. Yeah, how old's this? Who built this? What is it? Was it originally made from stone? You know, is everything being, you know, I mean, Wise Up goes on wood. I'm not sure if he's saying everything's wood. Clearly bricks aren't. But was that a wooden structure that got turned to wood through water and, you know, the chemicals, different chemicals and things in the water? Because there's a cave called Mother Shipton's Cave, and people go and hang teddy bears and things in there, and they turn to solid stone in months, a few months. So what is all this stuff? What was it originally? Or, you know, I don't know. Can metals turn to stone, or was it just built from stone? We just don't know how. Look at this. The 3 rings again. 3-ring circus. You see that a lot. The 3 rings, you know, stacked on top of each other but not touching. Again, I need to study off of my electrics. But that, I don't know, is it a capacitor that looks like? It looks like something electrical anyway. And just, you know, just for measure, you know, just build some random columns, right? Clearly, you know, this is a remnants of an old building. And this looks pretty old, and this looks pretty, so how old are these? How old, you know, how long ago was that a building? You know, what time frames are we really looking at here? This is Rome. Is it Nero's palace? Someone's palace. But clearly you can see, and look at that, that was a dome inside there. You know, it's been smashed in half by something. This is like a new refurb, but look what's underneath it. And of course, we're not allowed in there. You can't go in there. And massive structure. And what do we see here? Is that red brick, do you think?
could be stone, not really sure. But I mean, look at these columns. Look at these big scoop marks. Clearly, these were made by someone, man or, being made. Someone made them. So is this facade? Oh, there you go, red brick. That's definitely red brick under there. All right, so is that red brick? Is that what's under all of this? And if so, what's this on top? Is that meltage? Is it melted? I did try looking. I was looking today for images and or videos or anything on red bricks melting or having been melted, and couldn't find it. The only thing that I can find is that the old ammo fort in Russia that blew up and burnt for, I don't know, a few years or something. And they say, and that's got melted brick in it. But that's all I can find. But so that's true. And I guess bricks do melt, because I'm just trying to wonder, like, do they melt? What happens when they melt? Do they melt to the point of liquid? Is that possible? Because bricks are already fired. They've already been through the kiln. So I don't know. I need more research on that. Here's a nice building, but someone's ripped its domes off. Now this one actually, I can't remember where it is. It's in like Eastern Europe. And they say that, it's been built over 80 years or something, I think, and that this is all extensions, and it does look like this top bit might be different. I don't know, maybe it just got cleaned better. Who knows these days? Germany. Look at that. It's all the same. There you go. Do you feel inspired? Look at that. India. It's just all the same. Should I keep clicking? Because everywhere. I think we're getting near the end. These are called not dolmens. These are called stupas. Stupas. And they're a thing. But I mean, what's a stupa? Is that really just the top of a much bigger building? Or is that built like this? Because look at that dome and the spire and all the stuff. Looks like you could pick that up and sit it on the top of a government building. So is that what's underneath it? And there's a government building. There you go. See, so you can imagine if this was buried from here somewhere, and this poking out the top, is that what we call stupas? What do you think? And this one, I mean, look at all the stairwells and gates and things going down and underneath this thing. This is clearly a lot more than the 2 or 3 stories we can see there. Oh, look at that. We may have come to the end of that file. All right, let me bring this back. Oh my gosh, have I almost been going for 2 hours? Thank you for joining me, guys. Hope you're having fun there in the chat. All right. So has the amazing person who sent me this small phone turned up? Do or Die. How you going? Jenny Marlene, Red Rock Canyon in Ken County in California. Very mysterious. Looks like melted city. Have always loved just sitting there with my imagination running wild. Nice. Red Rock Canyon. Maybe it's actually Red Brick Canyon. There is no war against humanity, and none of this is real. Dan in Phoenix. There's a war on, but it's a war for your attention. And in the end, I guess life is a game of attention, right? And that's what we get, is the choice of where to put that attention. So, yeah, if you think there's a war going on, then there's a war going on, and if you don't, then you don't, because you can go around the world and talk to someone who would be stressed out and ready to go out and fight and all hooked up, and other people just living their life, growing their food, doing what they want. Glazed brick have a melted surface. Is it, or is it a glaze? because there's also those, they're called clinker bricks, and they're the ones, and they sort of, they're not square, you know, that you see walls and like it looks like the bricks are sort of all coming out of the wall. They're called clinker. I think they're made by overfiring, but I just haven't found anything yet on it. Apart from that place in Russia, we have red clay here. There you go. I think they just wanted to say anonymous, which is a classy move. Oh, who's that? Capalicious. Is that those who wish to be rulers? Dual Flames Unite. Walk and Axel, hello. How you going? We are in purgatory. Yeah, well, yeah, Dan, yeah. So this is the, and a lot of people are talking about this, has the 1,000-year reign of Christ already happened? Because if you look into that, there's, it says, after he dies and is resurrected, that all those basically who didn't falter and didn't give up to the bad side, I guess, to the dark side, that they'd all be reborn and live for 1,000 years on Earth, in this amazing place, which is kind of what we see when we look into the past, is something that used to be amazing. And then after that, because the devil's locked up, or the bad force, or the whatever you want to call it, Archon, and then he's loosed for 200 years, and then after that put back and locked up forever. That's what it says. So some people are saying, is that actually a book of what's already happened? Because it's written as a prophecy, something that will happen. But when you look around the world in the last couple of 100 years, it does look like dark forces may have had control. So yeah, I don't know. Are we in purgatory? Are we getting tested? Is this, and I mean, is this what this is? Is this the final test that, there's so much pressure from the dark side to buy into what they're selling, and to sell out your soul, and to believe that man, or not just man, specific people and groups of people can come up with the answer and have better answers than you have, or than nature has. Is this the test? Who are you going to sell out to? Are you going to take their offer, or are you going to, stand for who you are? Are we in purgatory being tested? It's a good question. Dan in Phoenix, there is a second resurrection. Oh, is that after the devil, after the 200 years, and the devil gets locked? Then there are people judged by the saints. And is it 1,000 saints or 10,000 saints? Revelation 20. There you go. No gap in the 70 weeks of Daniel. They are trying to scare us to death. It's all coming. No gap in the 70 weeks of Daniel. I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, it's a mind game. They just want to scare you. Hide the gospel of Q. They will never read it. What happened to Q? No, oh God, can I even say that? They'll probably cut this video now. Devil shall be loosed for a short while. Time to look up the devil. Now is the time. They are loosing hence the panic from the elites. Yeah, well, this is it. If they are the devils, which they look like, then their time's up. And also, if you heard, it's come out just in the last couple of days that China have been making human-monkey hybrids for years. For years. And no doubt if they're doing it, other people are doing it. Chimeras, right? Is this all happening again? Is this what happens at the end of every cycle? Everything goes mad. I don't know. But chimeras, right? Because we have all these strange creatures everywhere still that people see, and Loch Ness monsters and all this weird stuff, Mothmen. Are they chimeras that just didn't get caught? They got left over, Bigfoots. I don't know. Danny Phoenix, grabbing one more. 140, the 144,000. Is that's how many are supposed to get through, right? You have channel down. Yeah, do you have a channel down in Phoenix? There you go. A couple of people want you to make videos, mate, so maybe you should. There is one channel who's done a bit on this. Also, I think UAP's definitely done some work on it. Conspiracies Are Us. And there's another lady, I can't remember her name. I think it's something to do with time or something. And she's done a couple of videos on it as well. Oh, Malajam, disgusting. What's disgusting? Oh gosh, what's happened? Completely wicked. They've been doing that for a while. They teach the 70th week is yet to come. What's the 70th week? Is that like 70th week of the Wu flu? The magical mystery bug, shall we call it? Glazed bricks, yes, the devils are dancing for sure, Jax. Take no offers, I agree. Candice Bella, ask the Indigenous, they have never kept a treaty. Yeah, well, exactly, yeah, exactly. I was reading about, a bit about the Louisiana Treaty, and all of those treaties, they were just all got lied to, scammed all the Indigenous people and stole their land, and then basically charged them to live on it. Completely wicked. Oh, what happened then? Chimeras. Michelle Gibson. Yes, Michelle Gibson's awesome. KKP. I enjoy growing food, so I learned a lot about soil. Yeah, Melissa. It's not that hard to grow food. The main thing about food, or vegetables and all this kind of stuff, is the soil, because plants don't have stomachs. So basically, where does a plant eat from? The ground, right? From the soil. So to a plant, the soil is actually its stomach, or works like its stomach. And so what do we need in our stomachs to be healthy? We need bacteria and all this kind of stuff. So that's what you need in the ground to grow good plants. Look into biodynamics. New Earth Channel, yes, Michael De Silva. Everyone check out Sylvie on New Earth Channel. If you can find the series When the Survivors Wake Up, that I highly recommend. If I was an angel, I would dress up as an alien in a scary ship and scan for scare tactics. Yeah, well, if aliens are bad, this is aliens, angels. If they're fallen angels, this is the thing. And this, everyone's talking about UFOs. What are UFOs? Obviously, a lot of people think they're interdimensional. A lot of people think they're demonic, that they're bad entities. There's the word extraterrestrial, right? More land. Yeah. Magical mystery bug and the number G. You just can't say anything on YouTube anymore. I'm going to have to start. They've almost got streaming up on Odyssey, so it'd be nice to stream and just be able to talk, wouldn't it, without self-censoring. It's just silly. And this is the thing, so self-censoring is another way that they've tried to lock us down and keep us apart. So, we're just lucky we've got more platforms we can go to, because YouTube's just going to be, cat and dog videos and meditation music soon. There won't be anything else on here. Water matters. Yes, water does matter a lot. Discernment is important. Yeah, discernment. Of course, we need to make our own decisions. This is what I started saying before. Yeah, it is. When I was talking about fractals and how everything is a fractal, the way I look at it now is, that the human race as a whole sort of energy is growing up. We're like at the teenage stage. I keep looking up. Sorry, my camera's down there. And we've been in this place where government has been acting like mum and dad. They've been pretending to be mum and dad, and so everyone's relying on government like their mum and dad to provide everything, to fix all their problems, to give them the answers. But we need to grow up. So as a Earth community, can we say that? I think we're sort of at that age where we're becoming adults. We need to take self-responsibility, which means this is why we don't need, the government anymore, the mind controllers. We need, it's not about getting rid of them. It's about becoming the person that can live without that control, without needing police, without needing hospitals, who's self-reliant and who's built a community around them that because we can't do this by ourselves, obviously. It takes a community, as they say, to raise a child. But it takes a community to raise anyone and to give anyone a good life. And so if we can do that together and take control and just stand there and just really grow up and say, we don't need mum and dad anymore. We don't want you. We don't need your crappy food. We don't need your poison medicine. We don't need your money at debt. What are they offering that's good? Now, it's clearly most people are still in the system because it's a trap. They don't want to be. And this all comes down to land ownership as well. So alloidal titles I'm going to look into as well. Alloidal titles for land. And I've been very lax with the land lately. I've got to get in, have another chat about what's going on. But there is land down south of it. Hopefully we're going to get something going on. Because like I keep saying, we're going to win this, and we all know that. We all know that their time is up, but what we don't know is the time frame. What if this goes on for 5 years? What if it goes on for 1 year? If it gets worse, do you really want to be in a city? And that's why I bought my bus, my coaster. And the plan was to do it up and have it ready, so if anything happened, I could just take off. Then I drove my car into a tree, which kind of slowed that up a bit, but I will get there. We don't need any malarkey or shenanigans, hey Michael, we don't need shenanigans. Kathy, but Cam, they aren't creating jobs, no. Or they are creating jobs, yeah. But that's the hook, Kathy, isn't it? They create jobs, and especially now, right? Everyone's reliant on a job a year ago, so they sack everyone, give them less money, make things tighter and harder. And then when they, release it and say, now you can live again, everyone wants a job because they think it'll get them out of the house and give them freedom. And they'll probably even start tying some jobs, to these magical mystery bus, apps and all this stuff. You're going to need passports and all that. But the only reason you need a job is to get their money to buy things from their system. And as far as money, you can still trade with the system if you want to, because if there's stuff, tech and that you want or need and it's inside the system, you can still trade with them. Of course you can. You can get into whatever, metals, precious metals, cryptocurrency, or just normal money. You're still going to be producing stuff yourself that's valuable because you have to. That's the baseline, is you've got to be producing value. If you're not, then value ain't going to come back to you and things are going to be hard. So it's not like you need to sort of shun everything, because there's still going to be people in society. It's the system itself that's bad. It's not the people in it. There's lots of good people in there, and a lot of good people don't even understand that they're in it. So you can definitely still trade with them. It's not about going out and sitting in the mud. That's definitely what we don't want to do. We want to build new communities that are better, where we have everything, where we have the tech, where we have the free energy, where we have the clean water and all the systems, and we work things out to run themselves, and food that's fresh and that's healthy. And doing that is easier than constructing these crappy cities that they want us in. Mr. F says that I'm an experiment. He probably does, Brian. The old I don't even know if I can say anything. The ouchie, yes. He's such a little troll, isn't he? Well, this is another thing. The streets, hello, welcome. All these jobs, that's another thing they wanted to do, was turn a lot of jobs into virtual jobs to keep people at home and separated, and starting to try and build this, this future city that we've seen in so many movies and so many TV shows. You know, where pretty much people just sit in their little box in their apartment and that's it. And it looks really nice and shiny and they seem to have all these nice amenities, but it's just a little box and they just work and that's it. You know, they might get on, you know, Skype for a chat or something, and that's not where we want to go. We want to go the other way. Trade for silver, yes, silver. I do have some. Hoping it goes up in price very soon. We don't need no stinking jobs, man. No, we don't need your education either, buddy. The system, yeah, you can get stuffed. I agree, Bob. We don't need, you know, and this is the thing about a job. If you've got a job, well, you know, they take all your time and energy and focus. So most people don't have the time left to work on what they want. And obviously, you know, schooling and that tells you that you're supposed to have a job and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, walking axle, fear is the magical mystery bug. I agree. Yep, everyone's conditioned. Everyone. It serves the spiritual protection one already has. Capilicious. What does that mean? What serves it? I'm not sure. The gauntlet. Great work. Oh, I hope that's me. Thank you. I can't say your first name. Bilowski. They have not what we want. Yeah, no, this is the thing. They like to show it, you know, it's a whole gilded cage, right? The trinkets and shiny bits, you know, let them eat cake even. It's all to wow us into this thing. But as we know, so many things, you know, it's the latest thing and it's so good and it's shiny and everyone gets into it, and then in the end it's not that good. It's like phones, right? Phones. Look at this, it's new, it's tech, you can get on the internet in your pocket. Oh my God, you can talk to people wherever you are, face to face, video streaming, cameras, it's all there. It's just like Star Trek. Everyone, you can get one. So everyone runs out and gets one. And it's like, oh, this is amazing and it's so shiny. And now we find out it's all about tracking us. It's all about tracking us. That's really what mobile phones are for. So they can track us when we're on the move. You know, follow all our internet history and browsing here. That's, you know, so this is the thing. All these shiny things that they offer, even if they look good at the start, they always turn out to be bad for us, always. And so we've just got to grow up a bit and learn that and go, okay, well, they're just liars. Because we know lies exist, right? But, you know, we don't like to point out and say, well, that's a liar. But clearly people who lie are the liars. They desperately want to control the narrative. That's all they're doing at the moment is just, that's their only tool. That's all they've got left. Is a couple of, you know, sold out networks, you know, with these sold out people sitting on a desk that everyone laughs at. And none of these people really have any credibility anymore. I mean, look at old Brian, what's his name? Brian Seltzer. That dude is so funny. Every time he gets interviewed now, and he thinks he's so big and important, and every time he gets interviewed, people keep asking him why Mark Dice is more popular than him. And it's just funny. Gold is shiny, so is my sweat. Yes, well, good point, Bob. I mean, gold is good, but this is the thing. I mean, gold is only worth something because we all agree it's worth something. It's like money, you know. I mean, gold does have other applications and other uses, but silver is actually much more useful than gold. Many more applications. So it really should be more valuable. So this is all perception. It's all perception. I mean, and this is the thing. In the end, you can't eat gold. You know, you can't eat gold. Yeah. That's it. It's all been told to us. Don't sell your soul. Maybe deja vu is you remembering the loop we're in. Yeah, well, we're in some kind of weird time loop. Things are being shifted and changed around. But things seem to have stabilised a bit. Even the sun seems warmer and nicer at the moment. Just recently. You can't eat or drink gold. That's the one, nasty. Love Mark. Mark Dice is funny. He's good. I love his Mark, like the impressions he does. Excuse me. All right, so how are we going? Might have to wrap it up soon here. Oh my gosh, 11, oh gosh. Been going for 2 hours and 12 minutes. We've got 394 viewers. So thank you all for joining me. And again, you know, just thank you all for being awesome. I got to remember to look at my camera. Yeah, thank you, you know, for all the everything, comments that are amazing. I do try and get through most of them. Obviously, there's lots of them. You know, so thank you. Love you all. Thanks for all the likes and everything. And of course, please give me a like on this video if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe, because this is the best channel on YouTube at the moment at 11:30 at night. So there you go. The best live streaming channel, 11:30 at night. Tuesday is this one. So if you want more, you must subscribe. And also share this out, guys. This has been a bit of a kerfuffle, this live. But yeah, if you think that people are ready for this information, definitely share my videos around, because like I said before, not many people are aware of this at all. You know, we know a lot about it, but we spend a lot of focus on it, and we've got a good community, you know, an amazing community, but a lot of people don't know this stuff. So share it around. Let them know that this has happened before. History resets have happened before. You know, there's free tech. You know, there's free energy tech. You know, maybe we can turn it on and get free energy. You know, and you know, it's hope, isn't it? It gives people hope, I think, because it just tells you that, look, things were better, and something's come in and messed it up, and so now all we need to do is get rid of that mess up, and we can get back to being awesome again. You know, because we came from awesome. So we need, and we still are, but we need to get the whole world, back to awesome. Definitely. Ramon, is that right? Santana, love your channel. Thank you. I love you too. Yep, sun's been white for years. It has. It's been different, but just in the last couple of days, it's just felt different for some reason. 17:25. It's 11:30 here in Perth, Western Australia. Be best friends. Blessed. Melissa, thank you. Dan, Aaron, stay philosophical now. That's great advice, guys. Stay philosophical. Everyone's loving it. Awesome. What a great. There's that 420 again. So clearly it's the 20th of the 4th. I'm not sure what it means, so I missed that one. You have got this, Brian, Mab. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I have kind of got it set up now. Microphone's working. Camera seems to be working. So it looks like we're good. So I will be doing another live. So Friday nights I will go live. It won't be Tuesday, but then Monday I'm going to go during the day, so it'll be a different time, and on my Spiral Up channel. Tomorrow afternoon I'll do a live. It won't be as long as this, but just sort of 45-minute hour chat. So you can catch me on that as well. The link's in the description if you haven't seen that channel yet. So there you go, guys. Thank you all, and you're all awesome. And look at this, you know, we're from around the world. There's people from all over the place here, all different ages, all over the world. 372 of you, all being awesome together. And this is how we do it, guys. We build communities, we build intention, and then we go out with action, and we build what we want. What we want. I keep forgetting to look at the camera. So yep, we got this, guys. Things are definitely on the upswing. A lot of good stuff coming up on the horizon. Lots of interviews coming up that are getting organized. Another round table we're going to try and get together. And yeah, lots of awesome stuff. And yeah, some videos coming up on human zoos and Olympics, all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, so love you all. Have an amazingly awesome day or night or afternoon, wherever you may be. And yeah, I will be live tomorrow on Spiral Up or Friday night back on this channel. So I'll talk to you then. Thanks for joining me, and